Hi, everybody. We're almost halfway through this strange school year. The older students are learning from home, and the younger ones are learning in school, and the fifth and sixth graders are right in the middle, and so they're doing hybrid. I've been teaching from right here in a spare bedroom in our house since really the first day of school after spring break this last year. I look out the window and I see people walking their dogs in the snow or talking animatedly to invisible friends or loved ones on their devices. I remember a lot of things connected with you all. Sitting in the chapel in the very front rows with your first grade buddies. I remember looking out those windows toward the flags and seeing in front of the flags the craggy oak branches, and in front of that the grid of the chapel windows. I remember singing that song about how underneath the snow there is a bulb, and in the bulb there's a flower, about lifting every voice and singing, about all things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small. I remember teaching you spiritual questions, world religions, the Islamic world, biblical studies, ethics, BJM. I remember giving you advice about your senior speeches and spending winter break sorting all your choices for the MLK Day Symposium. I remember watching you board buses every Wednesday and getting on one myself to make friends with a bigger circle of people. I remember that year that some of you spent with me in the field house, in those little pods, those surprisingly comfortable classrooms, and marveling that the new building had 4 floors. I remember how on hot days, the cedar wood of the chapel just made me think I was in a sauna, and how the whole school on the day of smudging smelled a little bit like sage and something a little stronger. I remember bringing our 3 little boys to school, to the homecoming football game, and having them spend the entire game in the end zone, throwing and catching footballs with some of you. I remember meeting your pets at the blessing of the animals and watching you run on the stone labyrinth outside the chapel. Maybe I caught a glimpse of you and your friend having a serious conversation on the bench by the Zen garden. You should know that Breck is as good a school as it has ever been in the days since you and I smiled at each other in the halls. It's still far from perfect, but we are still trying to be a more loving community, more creative, more inclusive. I turned 65 years old this past fall, and as I think back over more than 30 years here, I want to wish you and your family a happy time during this season of candlelight. When this quarantine is over, I hope you'll come back and see us. And meanwhile, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Good Kwanzaa, Brilliant Diwali, Happy New Year, Auspicious Solstice, and so many other greetings. Because life is short, and we don't have much time to gladden the hearts of those who have traveled with us along the way. So let's be quick to love. Let's make haste to be kind. And the God of compassion will go with us every step of the way. Happy holidays, guys.